3, 2, 1. Shalom. We the Israelite School, the Universal Practical Knowledge under command of GEN.YAHANNA, 1 West 125th Street, the original 1 West classroom. You sitting in it. 1 West 125th Street. The same knowledge, the same brotherhood, the same tests, the same priests. Everything is all the same since the original, since jump of 1969, right here in the I.S.U.P.K. Today we want to talk about Serena Williams, right? Serena Williams and some other issues plaguing that's plaguing the black community. But we're going to definitely touch on something that happened recently with Serena Williams. Recently, there's a video circulating her trying to talk to one of the referees, I don't know, or announcers, one of the announcers in the tennis game, in a tennis match. And she's in the announcer face trying to tell him how she didn't cheat. Or she's not a cheater, she didn't try to do something that was against the rules or a slick way to get by, get points, which why the hell would she have to do it when she's facing all her competition is white people? You know what I mean? Like, when is a sport where, you know, a black person is against white people and we don't dominate? Like, well, you know what I mean? But that's besides the point. The point of the main matter is she wants to get their love so bad. You understand? So bad that she wants their love, where they're going to continue to turn on her and turn on her even worse. But while she didn't try to get their love, she turned on her father.
Right.
You understand? Her and her sister turned and disrespected and betrayed her father, black man, who is their coach, who coached them and taught them everything they goddamn know about tennis.
Right.
They betrayed them when they married a devil.
That's right.
When they went and married the devil, that's when they betrayed their father.
Right.
You understand? And everybody in that sport hates their father too.
Right.
Everybody in that sport hates their father. You understand? And they want the love of them so much that they damn near turn on their own father for the acceptance of the white tennis community,
right,
or whatnot. White men and white European tennis and all this and that.
Right.
So that was definitely something that's going on right now that we're going to talk about. Oh, sorry, if you could take over for a second. I'm going to try to share it around real quick.
Yeah, and see, and here's the thing, their father epitomized everything that they say that a good black father is supposed to be.
Right.
You know, it's funny, think about it. Now, he raised those girls, he took care of those girls. He gave those girls a trade, you know what I'm saying, that ended up making them rich. He had those girls chaste. What I mean by chaste, practicing chastity, or they were virgins, they were, you know, young maids, you know what I'm saying, clear up until they got married to those devils.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He made sure that they didn't have relationships like that. He kept them focused. You know what I'm saying? Kept them on point. Kept them in school. He did every damn thing that they say a good black man is supposed to do. And they still turned on him.
Right.
And what do they say? They say, oh, well, the black man ain't doing this, and he ain't doing that, and he's making any excuses for themselves to betray black men. Right? What was their excuse concerning him? You see what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that these sisters, even the ones that's talking about she was wrong for getting with a white man or with a white racist and all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Right. They won't even bring that up. You see what I'm saying? And that goes back to what I always say, black women are looking for something that doesn't include black men.
Right.
Just like it says in Jeremiah 44th chapter, we did this and that without our men. You see what I'm saying? You know, and what they don't understand is they're so simple. They don't even understand that all their shine comes from black men.
Damn right.
If they, you know, and that's why you got so many sisters that's angry with the movement that the brothers is doing, going to the, you know, want to go to the DR and want to go to Brazil to get black women because they still love black women. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the thing about it is the American black woman is up, you know, she's so joined to the black man's enemy, his worst enemy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She's joined to his worst enemy and takes on his mindset and everything because he gives her a good job. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You see how much of a cheap date she is?
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and what are they doing? These same black men that they say that they don't need, now they're angry about that. That's what I was saying about them looking for something always looking for something that doesn't include us. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? You know, we are their whole, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that makes them attractive is us.
Right.
Because what it is everybody, you know, wants to use them and to turn her against us. Now, if she's already turned against us and we've moved on to do something else, are they still going to need her?
Right.
No, they won't. Then the devil horns come out.
Right.
Because what can he use her for now? You see what I'm saying? What can he use her for now? That's just like, say for instance, if black men, you know, they have black women, a whole bunch of black women corrections officers, right? They're there for the black men. Now imagine if black men stop, you know what I'm saying, if we begin to separate, right? And the crime of black men was starting to be greatly reduced because we became this lawful people that we're going to become, and they still have those jobs.
Right.
What are they going to do to them?
Fire.
Yes. Precept, go back into Exodus when it said, and they started to beat the taskmasters. You see what I'm saying? Why did they beat the taskmasters? Give it to me, 500.
Because they were, well, let me get that precept, sir.
Right, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I want this to be touched on right here. That's the reason why they catapult and put these black women in these positions that they in. It's not about how talented you are and all that. That's one thing. That's one aspect. That's the simple viewer's perspective. Their real job is to help to control black people. That's their real job. That's why they pay the athletes so much. If that element was off the table, they would be getting paid. You know what they'd be getting paid? They'd be getting paid like niggas on a regular job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They would be getting paid like black people on a regular job. You know? And before there was television, they were paid like that. Athletes and all that were paid like that. They had more fame than fortune. You know what I'm saying? Athletes had more, the first football players, professional football players and all that, they ran around with little padding on and they were cracking the hell out of each other. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like the rugby. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like that.
And if I could, I want to break something down. Part of the reason why, the same way they attacked who other black men that they attacked. Let's say you got Ike Turner, where they attacked him.
Right.
He brought Tina Turner into music and made her big and this and that.
Right.
And so they made a movie demonizing him because they had a couple fights and nobody really knows they real issue.
Right.
Maybe she had a black eye or whatever. Black couples fight all the goddamn time. It ain't no like they made it in the movie like he was just beating the hell out of her like a punching bag just because she wasn't singing a song, hitting the note right. You know, couples that's a goddamn lie. Most likely, 9 times out of 10, that's a damn lie. You got something where they saying something like that, because if you know any couple, that couple might get into a fight. The women hit men all the damn time. It was no different back then. And some men don't sit getting hit. Some men hit you right back. So you got a little tussle. It can be anything. But what they do, they use that as an occasion and exploded that on the front. Like that's to demonize Ike Turner. Who else? What other black man they do that with?
They did it with Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson, exactly where I was going. Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson brought the whole family out from utter poverty in Gary, Indiana, and shot them to superstardom with developing their musical talents.
Right.
And so what did they do when they made a movie? what's the focus? The focus wasn't how great of a leader Joe Jackson was for his family, to raise all them children and get them all grown, get them all off the streets, get them all out of jail, and have a beautiful marriage. That wasn't the main focus. The main focus was Michael Jackson was crying as a little kid. He didn't get his way. And his dad was mean to him, and he didn't get to have a childhood.
Right.
Well, I mean, damn. What else did he need out of his childhood? What, he wanted to go run in the streets? He didn't get a chance to go run in the streets like all the rest of the black children, huh? That was his childhood he missed out on? I mean, there's tons of kids. You ask them, you want to be a superstar, or you want to have go to school and run the streets after school and be an after-school program, and then be at home by yourself because the family's hungry and starving, and your parents got to work all day, and then leave all the kids at home so you can be at home.
Right.
Or would you rather be a star and live rich and famous and sing? Almost every kid, nine times out of 10, will say, "Hey, fuck that! I'll do school.
Right.
I'll do school on the road while I'm singing and being a superstar and taking care of my family." But they took that as an occasion to demonize a black man, and that was the main focus. The white man pushed.
Right.
And then you got simple Christian black people who will take that as a nugget and say,
"Right,
there we go. It's beautiful." But I'm gonna tell you something. There's a couple black men they could not do that to. So what did they have to do? They didn't make a movie about them, because there's nothing bad they can highlight about the father. As far as who? Serena Williams and Venus Williams' father. Another one. Tiger Woods' father.
right,
Even though he was married to an Asian heathen, he still taught Tiger Woods everything he knows.
Right.
Those two black men right there, they didn't make a movie out of them, did they? Where's the movie of Tiger Woods' father?
Right.
Where's the movie of Serena Williams' father in Compton? At all places. That's a great movie right there. Who wouldn't watch that movie? Everybody on the fucking planet would be watching that movie.
right,
But why wouldn't they make that movie yet? Because they ain't got nothing on the black father. It's not an opportunity of them to demonize a black man again.
Right.
And the main reason they want to do that because the scripture said. Let me get a scripture. Matthew 12:29. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man,
Right.
and then he will spoil his house? The only way they can destroy blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is by destroying that man.
right,
That's why they haven't made a movie about Serena Williams and Venus Williams' father. That's why they haven't made a movie about Tiger Woods' father either, or Tiger Woods, period. Because I guarantee you, if one of their father was some type of womanizer or deadbeat or whatever they want to call that they put him on, some type of thing he thought he was abusive, he was on crack, he was drunk, he was something like, they would have made about 2-3 movies of them by now.
Right.
They would have made about 2-3 movies about them, and guess what would be the main focus? The main focus wouldn't be Tiger Woods' father being a great father and teaching his son a skill, or Serena Williams' father defending them against, the white racist tennis community and teaching them to, have great character and rise above it all. That wouldn't be the main focus of the movie at all.
right,
The main focus that the white man would push in the movie was the faults or perceived faults that the black man would have had.
Right.
They would have been like, see, Serena Williams, they so strong. Look what they achieved, even though they had a drunk father,
right,
even though they had an abusive father or a womanizer father. They would have did what they did to Ike Turner and Joe Jackson.
Right.
See, the white man always going to use those things as opportunity. He wants to destroy the image of the black man. Why do you think the nightly news, every news country in the whole country got one main focus of issue? When they do local news, highlight black men's crimes.
Right.
That's the main prerogative for the news.
right,
That's the main prerogative.
right,
And and a lot of times they say, oh, American news, they don't hush and stop American news. Other countries, they'll say it's like a evil country because it oppresses the people and doesn't let them have freedom of press and freedom of speech, and it blocks their freedom of speech. America, they say, doesn't block freedom of speech, doesn't block freedom of religion, or freedom of media, freedom of the press. The reason they can say that is because all the news and press media have one common denominator that they know they always focus on.
Right.
Destroying the image of black men.
Damn right.
Right.
So they all know they have that in common. So they will allow this to say something bad about the president, this company of news to say this idea and that idea. They'll allow all types of things, but they know the focus of all this whole operation in the nation is to demonize black men.
Right.
They know it. Go ahead.
Just right quick, Warren. You know, think about it. You know what Captain's saying is heavy. Man, it's heavy in a damn bag of lead. Because see, here's the thing. Soon as they came out with the television, what was the very first thing that they did with it? Now, television is something that can be broadcasted all over the country, right? I don't know if it was. I don't think it was broadcast like all over the world then, but it was
The first movie. You talking about the first movie?
The first, we're gonna say the first movies.
It was
first things that was put on film.
Yeah, the first thing on film. Yep.
The first things that was put on film was white people in blackface, because see, they couldn't get black people to. You know, we had our own movie stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, but what they would do when they would put white people in blackface, and then on the cartoons. They depicted those with big old huge gigantic red lips and watermelons.
And if I could, another heavy thing that you drop in the first motion picture, the first movie or screen thing you could ever see, wasn't it about the Ku Klux Klan?
Right.
What's the name of that damn movie?
Yeah,
Rebirth of the Nation. Birth of the Nation.
The very first Birth
That was
of the Nation.
the first
Right.
movie. Actually, I believe that was the first movie ever. I can Google it real quick.
It came out in 1913.
And in that movie, what was going on? The Union came through, and they had black soldiers who were part of the Union Army, and they were so-called going wild and raping white women and stealing and marauding. And the Ku Klux Klan had to come and rescue them and kill the black and run the black Union soldiers off from the north and rescue the day.
But you know what? Those, if I will, Cap, those movies were made by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers are Jewish.
As I Google I'm gonna ask Google real quick. Okay, Google, what is the first movie ever made? I don't want to say it too loud because the other phone might pick it up. Google that real quick, Azza.
White man's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Dang, it's still good. Go ahead, Sarah. I want you to Google it just so we know for sure. The first movie, the whole first, like I said, they know that's why they do freedom of press and freedom of everything.
Right. And then notice something. It was showed the Ku Klux Klan as heroes, right? Regular white people didn't start, the first production companies. The first production companies were started by the Jewish man. Now, why is the Jewish man, who's supposed to be an enemy against the Klan, right, promoting a movie glorifying the Klan against black people? Here's one thing that a lot of people don't know. A lot of those hooded dudes were Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Because in order, for the Klans back in the day, way back then, 100 years ago and 120 years ago, you had to be of a specific bloodline in order to be in the Klan. Ku Klux Klan is actually Greek. You know what I'm saying? The name Ku Klux Klan is Greek. That's like, it was a fraternity, a Greek fraternity, right?
Circle of brothers is what it's supposed to mean, sir. Ku Klux Klan.
It means circle of
brothers.
brothers.
A circle of brothers, and that's Greek. You know what I'm saying? So what people spoke Greek, that started the Greek language, Grecians. And when we go into Joel, the 3rd chapter, he said, the sons of Judah and the sons of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, who monopolized and dominated the slave trade at the very top. Jewish. You can look this up. You know what I'm saying? You have famous ship owners. There were Moses Levy, you know what I'm saying, was one of the biggest, most famous of all the ship owners. What was his ethnicity? He was Jewish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was one of the most famous. There was a bunch of other ones.
I believe Christopher Columbus was a Jewish.
Yes, from Spain. From Spain. He was a Amalekite also from Spain.
I think his origin though. I think he's Italian.
Yeah,
His
but
origin.
the thing
Became Spanish.
for Will, sir, they, regardless of where they're at, you know what I'm saying, they're still that. Just like Al Pacino. Al Pacino's looked at as an Italian. Robert De Niro also. They're Jewish.
There's some secret.
Right. They're Jewish. You know what I'm saying?
So lucky about the movie, Birth of the Nation technically wasn't the first, but it depends on, like, you know, Google's full of bullshit. So it depends on what you really define as.
They probably, it was always known as the first motion picture.
Yeah.
They probably now, when you look it up on Google, what they do? Change it up, add some other stuff, add another piece to it, so it can't, so, you know, obviously, so they don't look bad. You know, who runs Google?
Right. 1915
Right.
is when Birth of a Nation came out, and it was 3 hours long and 13 minutes.
That's a long ass movie.
Damn
Especially
right.
for back then, your movies was quick and it was short and stuff back then. You had 10-minute movies, little Charlie Chaplin skits and stuff like that, you know, where they had to take the damn cigarette and burn the goddamn film to end the clip.
And if I could, and all this is heavy because all of it goes back to what's going on today with what the white man, in his pursuit to destroy the black man and destroy the image of the black man too. Because it's just as important to destroy the image of a black man.
Right.
So a black man doesn't look like somebody you would have to respect, or you would have to listen to, or holds great knowledge, or is powerful. He's somebody with words. You don't gotta hear his words or listen to nothing he says, because his image is destroyed. Goes all the way back to Christ.
Right.
Christ is the original black man whose image they destroyed.
Right.
And what they doing now with Serena Williams and Venus Williams, that Serena and Venus Williams are complicit. They are agreed with destroying their father and making sure his image is null and void.
Right.
Making sure he means nothing to nobody. They are agreed. They are in on it. That's why they married white men.
Right.
They agree and they are with the fact that, okay, we need to get rid of our father's image. Okay, it might not have been a sat down conversation, but it's something that the white man can put pressure on to make you, you know, what does the white man do when he wants you to cut your braids?
Right.
Oh man, you know, here's some kind of wild there. You know, he'll say something and do slick little simple things.
Right.
Obviously, the scriptures say he's the most subtle beast in the field.
Right.
So he can do the simplest things to point out your hair.
Right.
To point out something on you, or, you know, and make you know that, you know, you should probably cut it.
Right.
So what they did with Serena and Venus Williams, let them know in simple and subtle ways, you know, your dad, he really doesn't need to be here.
Right.
Your dad doesn't really need to be here. I know he's your coach and all. I know he taught you everything you know from when you was fucking 11 years old, but he really doesn't need to be here no more. He kind of, you know, we only going to get you a ticket for you.
Right.
In the tour, you know, you don't need no family tickets. You don't need one for your father.
Right.
They did simple things like that over years. That's why the father has faded off the scene.
Right.
They would go so far during the tennis matches. They would always, in the beginning, they would always put the screen on Serena and Venus Williams' family, and when things go down, to see how they react.
Right.
What did they do? They started to stop doing that. They stopped putting the father, even if he was at the tennis match, they would bring Serena Williams out, she'd be waving or she would win. They wouldn't bring the father up. They wouldn't do a photo op and let the father be in it. They would do all type of simple, subtle things to let everybody know that this black man is not invited.
Right.
And what did he do? He ain't no bitch. He ain't gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna keep coming. He gonna say, well, fuck them. They don't want me there. I'm not gonna be there.
He was strong in his right in a lot of ways. Good, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
He was strong in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Because he rose up against white people and made sure that his daughters were protected. They, black men don't protect us. It's always funny because none of them ever mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? They never mentioned the fact that how he protected them like that. You see what I'm saying? He protected them he made sure that his daughters didn't get molested.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He made sure that his daughters didn't go out and party and end up losing you know what I'm saying? End up getting screwed by somebody. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that he kept them girls disciplined. You know what I'm saying? And now, with him out of the picture, they're going to be open for everything. All the demons that wanted to get on there before is going to be able to get on now.
And you look at the Olympics, all them black girls that was in the Olympics, look at how many of them got touched on and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So to keep your daughter from being molested in any sport is a high task
Right.
that you have to actually care a lot about. Like you can't just, like most black parents, they just want to drop the kid off at the sports practice and that's that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just let it be, and come back and then cheer for them at the game if they win or whatever.
Right.
He did way above and beyond that to ensure his kid's safety. Go ahead, Ward.
Right. So lucky for Wood, sir. What you're saying is such a heavy point. Like, we actually had this conversation at work the other day about slavery, and we was talking about like how there's no movies that portray positive black image of a father. You know what I'm saying? The father's a drug lord or some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they try to pretend like that's a good father when you selling drugs and then come home and act like everything's cool. Like it's a show to come on Power with the dude
Right,
Ghost or
right.
whatever. Like that's the image that they portray of the black man. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the shit is just crazy. And there's another point I want to make too, real quick, if I would. Like we was talking about the positive image of the fathers. The basketball player LeVar Ball. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, here you got this black man.
You know who that is, officer?
Yeah,
If I could, let me get a good breakdown real quick. I'm gonna break it down who LeVar Ball is. LeVar Ball is an ex-NBA player who has 3 sons who are kind of close in age, and he's built like a brand around those 3 sons playing basketball. And when he got one to the NBA, he took the other 2 and brought them overseas. Even though one was still in high school, he brought them overseas to play ball overseas. And he like made a brand, and they had a TV show. But he's like this loudmouth black guy who's always talking about how great his sons are and building up his sons into like a brand where they got shoes and shirts and everything. And
Right.
any coon is they always try to attack him. He went so far to make a league, a basketball league in America for boys, like teenage boys who didn't make it to college.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they would get paid for playing in this basketball league.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's trying to do things like that. He's going around giving tryouts around the country for, they're gonna get like $10,000 a month. You know what I mean? So they played basketball in high school and didn't make it to college. So they go to his league instead. So he's trying to open all type of doors. All the coons and all white people hate him. They all hate him. But it's the same thing with Serena Williams' father and Tiger Woods. They don't have nothing on him.
Right.
So they don't make a big news story about him and demonize him. They just kind of try to push him away. They try to just push him off the scene so nobody notices him and recognizes him.
Right.
But he keeps himself relevant. So then they hate him more because they're like, man, he's always trying to be in the scene and be relevant.
Right.
To big, and he made one of his sons in the NBA right now, playing for the Lakers.
Right. With LeBron.
With
now.
LeBron about to be on the team. So now it's just like they hate him, they can't get rid of him. Same with Serena Williams' father.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's
Go
lucky
ahead.
for Wood. And one thing about him is that he's a straight alpha. You know what I'm saying? That's what they really can't stand.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't let nobody say anything slick. All that shit that they be talking, Salaki, they say it away from him. When he catch you in person, he's straight checking you on this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I like about the cat.
Right.
You ain't gonna just be talking slick. He gonna check you. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Shut that crap up. You know what I'm saying? And then put you, hey, I like the dude. He's a straight G about his. You know what I'm saying? But they do everything but talk about how great of a father he is. Mm-hmm. Like, look how he's been in his kid's life from the get-go. Look how he's brought these boys up to be, all 3 of them, potential NBA players. Look how he got his kids getting money. Like you said, built a brand, the revenue and all of that. You get what I'm saying? They talking about the price of his shoes, but they ain't say shit to Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing also, too, just like when you mentioned about the father figure in the show Power with him being a drug dealer.
Right.
You know who was just as bad as the drug dealer father figure? Bill Cosby.
Right.
Cosby Show. He was just as bad. Hell, he might have even been worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, he set the tone for coon fathers.
Right.
He was not authority figure inside the house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everything was a joke. Everything was a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
there was no authority, no real authority there.
No masculinity.
Right,
He had
right.
no
No
masculinity,
masculinity at all.
whatsoever. Like he was like I said, he was like the joker, clown of the family.
Right.
He did more joking around than the rest of the family.
Right,
No masculinity coming from that dude whatsoever.
right. And the children didn't even, especially the two, Lisa Bonet and the other oldest daughter. Think about that for a second. In reality, they both have white mothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now, with them being that light and having both of them having white mothers and everything, those are the Cosby daughters. What's the insinuation there? Now, notice his wife was a lawyer. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, what was the thought that come to mind with them two not looking a damn thing like him at all? Them looking, they were looking white. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Take care of the white man's kids.
Right. Just like in slavery. You have, even after slavery, black men was taking care of white men's kids because his woman was a maid, you know what I'm saying? And she was getting knocked off by some real old white man with age spots,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And wrinkles every goddamn where. She was getting knocked off by him and she ended up pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Just like Bill Clinton's son's mother. She worked at the White House as the maid. And what was Bill Clinton doing? Screwing his maid and ended up producing him. You know what I'm saying? While she was married to a black man. You know what I'm saying? She married to a black man. That was a common thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was a very common thing right there. And then the just like in that, remember that movie, the Tyler Perry movie, The Family That Prays?
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Who was the father of that child?
So like you said, I've never seen it.
Oh man, you'll learn a lot from watching that.
Like I've never watched that fat ass Tyler Perry shit, sir.
I never watched the stuff either, but that was a good one right there. I watched that one. Somebody told me, man, you need to watch that. You need to watch that. If somebody tell you need to watch something long enough, you eventually end up watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That's the only Tyler Perry movie I ever watched.
Right.
That had so much. I'm like, damn, that was, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of truths in that. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was twisted and little stupid stuff happened that's not realistic, you know what I'm saying? Like the white woman giving the company to the black woman, which is bullshit. That will never happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a
She'd
damn
give
how.
it to her cat first.
Yeah, she'll give it to the goddamn cat. You know what I'm saying? Hell, she'll give it to the damn bird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before she give it to somebody black, I don't give a damn how cool she was with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I could, let me get 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. Because what you're saying is heavy. What you're saying is heavy. You understand? And all this circulating around that the white man is destroying the black man's image, and he's using certain simple coon women to do it.
Right.
He's using them to do it, to destroy the image of the black man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You guys, and it's just a sad thing to see. Let me get 1 Maccabees 3 and 48.
First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
Start at 47.
First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 47. Then they fasted that day, and put on sackcloth, and cast ashes upon their heads, and rent their clothes. And laid open the book of the law.
They laid open the Bible. Go ahead.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint.
Wherein the heathen had sought, go ahead.
To paint the likeness of their images.
The likeness of their image. So what was going on back then? They were taking images of black men in the Bibles,
right,
and painting over them and making them white men.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They were doing that during this time, during the Greek times.
Salaki, sir, what verse is that?
That's 1 Maccabees, verse 3, chapter 3, verse 48. They were doing that way back then, trying to destroy the image of the black man. So you'll have the picture of, you know, Daniel or the judges, you know, smiting a lion, and you'll read the story, and you might see an image of a black man facing squared up with a lion, killing a lion with his bare hands.
Right.
So what would they do? They would take that picture, rip it out, or paint over it, and put a white man there standing in front of a lion, and say, "Dan, this is when Daniel and or judges, you know, fought a lion."
Right. Right.
Even, but this is so crazy. Even while we're still the people.
Right.
So he was doing it right in front of our face.
Right.
Even while we're still, this is when we're still in the land. I think they did something like that similar today too, where they took like some black man something, and they put like a white character in for the black man. I can't think of it. It was a movie. But they was doing a movie on a black man, and it was like a theater show. Like on Hollywood, not Hollywood, Manhattan Boulevard, or what's the name where they do theater? But it's the biggest Broadway.
Broadway, right.
It was on Broadway. The main character of the Broadway show was a black person, was a black man. But who was the character Broadway had playing him?
It wasn't like the Lion King.
Nah, it wasn't the Lion King. It was a real story, like about a real black man. And I think it was Michael Jackson. It was a Michael Jackson Broadway show, and they had a white man playing Michael Jackson, like a real white man playing Michael Jackson. Trying to say, you know, because he painted his skin later on, that okay. But they had the Broadway show where he's doing Thriller. He's doing stuff way before he changed his skin tone, and they making him a white man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
50 years from now, people ain't even gonna know Michael Jackson was ever even black.
Yeah, because kids now is some straight up white kids.
That's what I was just about to say.
They some so-called kids that he had with some white. Them ain't his kids for real.
No.
Them was some old fucking adopted surrogate test tube babies. That's what they are. They some damn test tube babies. So Michael Jackson sure didn't want no black kids.
Right.
As fucked up he was in the head, he wouldn't want no black kids. He was destroyed in the mind. That's why he changed himself to become a white woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was a black man with a curly afro. He so destroyed and hated that image so bad that he went and got surgery to make himself be a white person with straight hair.
Right.
Like he changed his whole personage.
Right.
Like what would make a man do that? What kind of mind? He was molested as a child too. Not by no Joe Jackson either.
Right.
Joe Jackson was trying to protect him from the molesters, trying to make him tough so he would turn away from any type of molestation or anybody who would try to take advantage of him in some type of sexual way, or any man at least. He was trying to toughen him up. That's what they show you in the movies.
Right.
In the movie, he's trying to toughen him up. You ask any of the Jackson's brothers, what do they all say? You know, that he was real rough on Michael Jackson, but they knew why. Because Michael Jackson was the softest.
Right.
Right.
And he was the most susceptible to being taken advantage of.
Right.
And what ended up happening when they got to Hollywood, they got rid of Joe Jackson and they took advantage of Michael Jackson.
Right.
What do you think the tennis community is doing now? They already got rid of their black father, who was the strength to keep them protected from all the ravenous vultures. Now he's not there. What's going on? That's why Serena Williams is having more problems with tennis now. The vultures are starting to come out now.
Right.
And they see there's no strong black man there to scare, to, you know, beat, to, you know, protect her. So they're gonna come in on all angles.
Right.
Even they went so far as to accuse her of cheating in a goddamn tennis match.
Right.
Like she would need to cheat against those old steroid taking white women.
That's what Salaki, sir.
Go ahead. Oh, that's right. Go ahead, Warrior.
That's what I was just about to say. Like these white devils get caught using steroids, and the penalties that apply to us, if we was to get caught, don't apply to them devils. You know what I'm saying? Like them devils is taking horse steroids just to be able to step on the same court as her. Because being black, you know what I'm saying, being from the tribe of Israel, from you know what I'm saying, the chosen people, we're just naturally bigger, stronger, faster. You know what I'm saying? So in order for them devils to even think about competing, they have to take them steroids. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they've been doing. And now, you know what I'm saying, like you said, they trying to accuse her of cheating. Like, cheat for what? These old frail toothpicks.
She been winning everything since she started. Why start to cheat now after
Since she was 16.
After you done won all the championships for 20 years straight, but now you gotta cheat.
Right.
After 20 years of dominating, you gotta cheat now to dominate.
Right.
Which is, you know, it's just ridiculous. But they're gonna turn on her, and like vultures and like snakes, they're gonna infect more poison into them sisters' minds and destroy them sisters.
Yeah, right.
Or they're so devious, they'll have those sisters destroy themselves, which is damn near the path that they own. Because look what they're doing. They're having babies by white men. So they're basically destroying their own people. Because if you're a black woman, if all the black women start having babies by white men, what's going to happen? There ain't going to be no more black people.
Right.
That's how you destroy your people. By not procreating with your own race.
Right, come.
That's how you get rid of the genes in your people. If you want to get rid of all the pit bulls, what do you got to do? Breed every pit bull with a goddamn Labrador. Slowly but surely, all the pit bulls will not look like pit bulls no more. And you won't have no more pit bulls. You'll just have a whole bunch of lab mixes. Pit lab mixes. And they'll all be looking all not like pits. So that's what they have them Serena and Venus Williams doing, destroying themselves, destroying their race by sleeping with white men.
Right.
But you go ahead. You had something, a scripture or something that she was holding? You had a scripture?
Salaki, the taskmaster.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Ward.
Come. I'll go back to it real quick.
And also one thing, before he pulls it up, another thing, they pushed abortions, but you notice they didn't push an abortion on Serena and Venus Williams.
Right.
They didn't push them to have no abortions. They wanted them to have the babies more than anything else in the world. All the black women all over the world were talking about they can't wait to see those babies.
Right.
They were not nowhere near thinking or thought of abortion. But those are athletes. What about their career?
Yeah, their career. You know, what about their shape, their bodies?
Mm-hmm.
You know, their physical. You know, why should she want stretch marks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why should she want to be toned everywhere else and then have the little pouch and all of that with the stretch marks on it?
Yeah. Why jeopardize her career possibly?
Right.
But let a black woman be all up in arms to support their Serena Williams baby, but let's say their own cousin or niece or nephew or something was having a baby, they'll be sitting there saying, we might need to think about abortion.
Right.
We need to think about all options.
Right. They'll kidnap our ass and take her to the abortion clinic.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's why black men, you gotta be strong. You understand? Ain't nothing gonna happen without you, black man.
Right.
Ain't nothing right gonna happen without you taking the steps in the right directions to fix all this bullshit. You understand? Everything we're going to revolve around you because you the main target and you the strongest.
Right.
You understand? So if anything, they got to take you out to finish the team. It's like any team. If you got the strongest player on the team, if you can take him out or get in his head, you can take out the whole team.
Right.
Because you got the strongest player out the game. That's how the black community is. The strongest player is the black man. Why do you think the prisons is filled with black men? I've noticed myself. I hardly see any black men my age. Hardly, it's hard to see.
Right.
But one time when I went down to jail one time for a couple nights,
There you go.
there's everybody was in there. Everybody I'm meeting all types of things. Like, I remember you. You went to high school, the other high school down the way. I think we played football against each other. It's meeting all type of brothers your age. Whenever, you know what I'm saying, what are they doing? They trying to destroy all the black men.
Right.
By giving them life sentences, giving them 25 years, 5 years, or doing subtle ways to get them to have all type of records or felonies and cases, or drive them down with long probations. These are all avenues that they had to destroy the up and coming black man.
That's right.
The thing the white man fears the most is young black men.
Damn right.
And a young black man ain't only no 18-year-old. He fears them a thing, but a young black man is any black man from 15 to 65, 70.
Right.
You understand? They really scared of a black man that's not destroyed already.
Damn right.
If you're not destroyed already, if you're not 75 pounds and wearing like a zombie in the streets looking for drugs, you a threat.
Damn right.
You understand? Even you coon black men who think, you got, there's no hatred in the world, we gotta make love, we gotta make peace, and you doing your best to be this ambassador for love and peace, the white man got a mark on your head too.
Right.
It's just a matter of time before he smack on you too.
Right.
You're not safe.
Right.
You may think you're safe because you got a couple white friends.
Right.
When things hit the fan, they're gonna turn on you.
Right.
That's right.
They're gonna turn on the black man that's all cool with white people and hanging out with white people. Why do you think that black man got beat to death in Europe? At a bar.
Right. And then Greece.
Yeah, a Greek bar. They watching a soccer game. He's with his white buddies in Europe at a soccer game. He's some exchange student or something. The white guys in the bar get to beating and jumping on him to beat him half to death, beat him to death actually. And his white buddies, where was they at? They wasn't there covering his body.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, every one of your white friends, none of them would die for you.
Damn right.
That's powerful. What you bringing out, Cap? See, I'm a little bit older. I'm 43. I remember a time where if you had white friends and white people would try and come at you, they'll be fighting before you. I remember a time like that. But as we merging with them, now, because see, back then, white dudes, if they hung with you, they had to prove themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's where
saying?
you get that, they had that term, the crazy white boy.
Right.
If he's hanging with niggas, he crazy white boy.
Yeah.
That's the only way he can hang with
the devil
them.
out. Yeah.
Because he's crazy, and he's a send out.
Right, exactly. He'll do whatever you tell him to do. You know what I'm saying? You tell him to go, you know what I'm saying? You can go knock dude out, pow. You know what I'm saying? Just that quick. You know what I'm saying? We had those white buddies like that. But nowadays, they don't have to compete or anything or have to prove themselves to you.
Right.
You still trying to prove yourself to them.
Right.
That's why those devils did not help that brother over in Greece. You know what I'm saying? Your love come free. Why should they help you?
Right.
Your love come free. You know what I'm saying? So when all of them Greeks, was beating the hell out of that brother, they didn't even help.
Salakia, if I would, that just made me think about this last incident, not to get too far off the story, about this white devil cop that shot the brother. Did y'all hear what the brother family said?
But what happened? The white cop shot a brother?
Yeah, there was a white chick, she's a cop. She shot a brother, went into his apartment and shot him, talking about she thought it was her apartment.
Yeah.
But the pictures is coming out now of their little orgy group. Did you see the pictures? When he got her on one side and two other chicks on the other side?
Damn, serious?
Yeah. Like it's starting to come out now. Like they were screwing. You know what I'm saying? And that's
she was screwing the dude.
Yeah, that was the ex-woman killing her ex-boyfriend. That's what that was.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? The pictures
She got another woman on.
Yeah, he was probably screwing all her friends.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And being that she's a cop, she knows that white cops kill niggas all the time to get away with it. So that's what she decided to do. But the brother's family, this is the point I want to bring up. The brother's family says, we just want to know why. We're Christians and we're going to forgive her, but we just want to know why. That's what the family said. We're Christians and so we're going to forgive her.
And then they said something too about, I just want her, the mother, I think it was the mother said, I just want her to look me in my eyes.
Yeah.
Tell me why she did it.
Right. I forgive her already because she's a Christian.
Right. And you know what? She'll make her daughter.
Right. She'll love her.
Yeah.
Tell the judge to go light on her sentence.
Right. And all of that.
Don't be too harsh on her.
All she had to do was shed a white tear. And it's over.
Right.
That's why black women should be leading a goddamn thing.
Goddamn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Goddamn right.
That's why black women shouldn't be leading nothing. Black women, see, here's the thing. This is what Black woman being the weaker vessel, right? And white people play this trick on black women all the time. They play it on black people as a whole, but she is the weakest and she falls most acceptable to it.
That's what the serpent did in Genesis.
Right.
So it's the oldest trick in the book. It's actually what happens almost the whole time.
You know,
Right.
what they'll do a lot of the times, they'll do something mean, right? And she, you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, why is this, you know what I'm saying? Why is this, you know, why is he so racist, such and such? And then they'll come back and apologize.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what happens with her? She gets teary-eyed and she falls in love. You know what I'm saying? Monsters ball.
Right.
What did she do? She killed,
He killed the son and the husband.
Right, killed the son and the husband.
Same devil.
And treated her nice.
Right.
And what did she do?
Nothing. Loved him.
No, not only does anything, she screwed him.
Right.
Yeah, that's a hardcore going. Yeah, but that's what, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, a nigga has supposed to have this woman behind him.
Right. It's
You know what I'm saying?
from wood. And that was a precursor to her real life.
Right.
What she did with real life. Marry a white devil.
And it's funny, right? When they play those degrading roles like that, you look at all the ones that play degrading slave roles.
They become that in real life.
Yeah.
Colonel Khan.
You know what I'm saying? Halle Berry played the Monsters Ball. End up with a white dude.
Right.
Hell, Whoopi Goldberg, Color Purple, played a degrading role. End up with Ted Danson.
It's another role where she was married to a white devil.
Who?
I think J-Lo did something like that too. J-Lo was with she played a movie where she was like a slave role or like a movie where a white dude was out to kill her. There was a relationship. Yeah, and then the white dude was out to kill her. She had to like fight to death to save her child from the white dude.
Right.
You know how white dudes be flipping and killing their family.
Right.
He did that to her, and she, you know, but then in real life, what'd she do? Marry a white dude.
Right. You look at all the people from that show, what that movie, I mean not show, but that movie, 12 Years a Slave. The whole cast is married to white people.
Right.
Male and female. There's something about that that turns niggas on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This stuff, you know, it turns them on and shit.
Okay.
They must love the weak, subservient role, which is also homosexual.
Right.
If you're a black man and you like that weak, subservient role to you know, another race of men, you a homosexual.
Right.
Yeah, right.
A man's, you know, a man ain't supposed to be liking some type of weak, subservient role where he's, you know, bowing down and getting whipped and, you know, getting raped and getting his woman raped and all this and that, and then go and start loving them.
Right.
So if you're a black man in 2018 and you sitting there, you know, you want to become the best buddies with the white man, is because you homosexual or there's a homosexual demon, i.e. Christianity, that's on you real tough.
Right.
That the Lord gonna have to break off of.
Yeah,
You see what
right.
I'm saying? Because that Christian demon is strong, but it can be broken easily
Right.
Right.
with this truth.
Right. Now you know why, you know, even on the street level, there's so many gay dudes in prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because their mind is like that too. It's just that they are not in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? They ain't in Hollywood. They're, you know, out there in the street. Those be the dudes that go to prison and get screwed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so but that's the part of our nation that we gotta get up out of that Christian mindset. That Christian mindset could destroy a perfectly you know, strong man and break him down and make him weak and weaker and weaker.
Right.
But what will happen is, this is what will happen though. If you're a strong man who has a strong spirit, right? Even if you're a Christian, you might be a Christian for a time, but eventually you won't be able to stay a strong, staunch Christian unless you're willing to be a halfway homosexual.
Right.
Unless you're willing to actually go all the way and be effeminate. Like you have some men who are Christians right now, because something might have happened in their life changed, they became a Christian. But in the Christian church, they might try to wear a suit and tie, whatever, but overall, they're not effeminate. Overall, they're not down with homosexuality. They're not down with being, no white man's bitch or none of that. But they just a Christian for a time. A man who's all the way not gay and not effeminate, he'll eventually leave that Christian church.
Right.
It's just a process of time. But he might still claim Christianity because that's all he knows. That's all he was taught.
Right.
But he won't be at Sunday service every Sunday.
Right.
He might go to Christian church every Easter or Christmas, or if one of his friends gets shot, then he's trying to jump in the Christian church or get his life together. He thinks he needs to get his life together. He jumps to the Christian church again. But he's not in there every Sunday.
Right.
Because his spirit, especially now, like maybe back in the day, brothers, he'd get away with it, like maybe down south or something. But definitely now, a straight man inside the Christian church, it don't even make sense.
Right.
It almost can't even happen.
Right.
Like if you've seen videos of the Christian church now, like maybe back in the day it was more covered up. You know what I mean? But the Christian church now, oh my God, it looks. I mean, the men in there look so gay that it's not even funny.
Right.
Like you would say, all these men must be down low homosexuals. And then you see the women in there. The women in there are either dressed like whores or they're just like the most bitter, mean, lonely, nasty bitch of the women that you will ever see anywhere. You understand that you probably couldn't, stand 5 minutes around. That no real strong masculine man is going to be in that area for long.
That's right.
No real man is going to be in that for long and could stand being in that.
Right.
Why do you think most men are in the Christian church every Sunday?
Right.
But they are Christians though. They love Jesus and they believe blah blah blah. They don't even they just saying that because they they got some demons they still hold on to, and they don't want to become as strong as they can be by being in the truth and throwing away all of it. They still too weak, but they sure not as hell ain't gonna be in that Christian church though, because they may be weak, but they're not gay. That Christian church is for gay men.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead, Word.
That's a lucky if I would. 2 points. Like what you're saying is so hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like most cats that out here in the streets selling drugs and all of that, shooting at niggas, what do they claim to be? Christian. But they're not at that Christian church every Sunday.
Yeah,
and then when you look at the ones that are in the Christian church every Sunday, just look at him. Tyler Perry. He's a hardcore Christian. We know he's a homosexual.
Yeah, he's straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
6'5".
Straight faggot. Salaki. Straight, like you said, sodomite. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many of them. You get what I'm saying? Like, got that effeminate spirit on them, all the way from the pastor to the choir boys, and now, like, they even bringing it in, like, it's so hardcore now, like, the young man, like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old are becoming fags.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are super gay already. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, like you said, that effeminate spirit is all through the Christian church. Any man who's going to that Christian church every Sunday is a faggot, Salaki.
You gotta say homosexual.
Homosexual. You know what I'm saying? That spirit, that's what the spirit is in there. You know what I'm saying? With the women, the serpent, everything, the masculine in there.
Right. If I will. And let me tell you one thing that the Christian church hates in new people that just come to their church, and they will start working against this immediately. They see a black man and a black woman go in there together, and they're a married couple. You know what I'm saying? Going there together, and they together. You know what I'm saying? They gonna start working on them immediately. The first thing they gonna do, they're gonna do the same thing that the serpent did in the Garden of Eden.
Right.
They gonna go to the woman.
Right.
They gonna start, trying to pump her head up and calling her prophetess. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that stuff many times. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pump her head up real tough. And what they actually doing, that's in a subtle, sneaky way, is trying to give her authority over you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the more they pump her head up, you know what I'm saying, the more she starts, smelling herself or whatever. That's gonna start to cause a separation between y'all two. And she'll be at the church, and the man won't.
And it won't even only happen, black man, it won't only even happen by the other members in the church. The pastor will be preaching on it too.
Right. Yes.
You'll be sitting in a sermon, because this is I noticed this too when I first came in the truth. I went there with my woman at the time, just cause I knew that I was learning the truth, but I wanted to go just to see, you know, like what's going on. Like, man, is he, you know, can I bring the truth here and they accept it or blah blah blah? You know, is this place really so evil? Like I, you know, cause I'm learning this new knowledge. So I go in there and I'm with my woman, and the whole sermon I can tell is empowering the woman to try to be some type of spiritual fucking guru or something.
Right.
Like this woman, like that's all, because that's all what it is. It's all feminine energy in that Christian church. So he's saying a whole bunch of things that you can't substantiate, things in the scriptures that's all about feelings and emotions, and getting the woman all riled up in feelings and emotions to the point where that woman will assert authority over the man because she's having a feeling or emotion. And she'll say it's of God. She'll say, this is God giving me this feeling. This is God telling me this.
Right.
God in this. God in my dream. God just giving me dreams. God give me visions. God told me this last night. Because they getting it from the Christian church.
Right.
You understand? Right. And as a man, that's the end of our nation.
Right.
That's the end of our nation when all our women is turned up against us.
Right.
Right.
And you sitting by allowing it and not fighting against it. You understand? Like a man who's fighting is strong. You know what I mean? A man who's fighting is a problem.
Yeah, right.
But a man who's just allowing it to happen, he's not even worth.
Homosexual.
He's not even worth the life he has.
Yeah,
You
right.
understand? You're not even worth the life that you have if you're not willing to fight for, you know what I mean, your life and for your rights and for everything about you. You understand? You're not really even being a man.
Right.
It's like an animal.
Right.
If you got a pit bull or a lion or a tiger who's, you know, no threat, who's been totally subdued, this not even a real lion.
Right.
It's not even a real tiger.
Right.
Yeah, something's wrong with it.
Right.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? This ain't, you know, this dog, like the scripture said, this dog don't bark.
Right.
It's a dumb dog. Something's wrong with it. It's not the type we need. That's how it is with black men who don't want to fight against what's going on in this society.
Right.
And it's important as a black man that you gotta have the right knowledge to fight. You understand? Like, knowledge is power.
Damn right.
Like, you can get a football player and get the biggest, strongest, fastest, most athletic football player in the world, put him on the football field, and then put another football player who's super smart and knows the game so well. That one who's super smart and knows the game so well, he might not be he don't have to be as athletic. He just knows the game in and out. He's damn near like a coach on the field.
Right.
He'll do more damage than the one who's just super big and strong and athletic. You understand? Because knowledge is power.
Damn
You
right.
understand? I don't even want to toot my horn or nothing like that, but that's what I always played. When I played football, I always knew knowledge is power. So when I knew plays, I could stop a play on defense. Because you know the play. You understand? Same with what they say, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, one of the top quarterbacks. He's so smart, he called plays on the field like he's the coach. It ain't about how fast and strong he was. It was his IQ. You understand?
Right.
Same with fighting. If you watch any type of fighting, MMA, boxing, what do they talk about? Fight IQ.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Fight
Right.
IQ. You understand?
Right.
Your fight IQ is just as powerful as your stamina, as your endurance, as your reach, as your technique. Well, that is your technique, your fight IQ. When your fight IQ, well, you can beat people who are bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic, and all that than you if you have a higher fight IQ than them.
Right.
You understand? And that's with any martial art, any fight, any sport, really. Let alone in the warfare of life.
Right.
When it's our nation against their nation. Like, black men want to, there's a lot of black men who have a lot of talent and a lot of skills and a lot of knowledge, but, excuse me, but you have to have the right knowledge and the right wisdom. You understand?
Right.
Like, if you don't have you can have a degree, you can have, that's the main thing people in the world stand on, if they got a degree or not.
Right.
They got a degree, then they're smart. They got a damn degree. What's your degree in? You know, anything. But they're smart because they got a degree.
Right.
Agreed.
Okay, that's one level of intelligence, but that ain't gonna. You can't rule a nation because you have a degree.
Right.
That's right.
And build a house.
You you can't build a house or rule or raise up your nation or fight the enemy with a degree. The degree ain't gonna fight your enemy and be able to take down the enemy. You know what I mean? You need a plethora of things in this warfare. So
Right.
you need to be trained up in the warfare. And then on top of that, you can be a fighter. Let's say you're putting in MMA or fighting. You got all this fighting practice, but you don't have no experience.
Right.
So you might have more knowledge in fighting than everybody, but you don't have more experience. A guy with more experience is gonna topple you. You see what I'm saying? That's what the UPK does every week. We get knowledge and experience on how to run and rule this nation.
That's right.
What do you think camp is? Camp is a battlefield.
Damn right.
Camp is a battlefield where if we're on the front line against our enemies, anything can happen.
Right.
Shootout, gunfire, police
Right.
charges, police charges, sue. You can get sued. Anything and everything that happened in there. And what does that prepare? That prepares all the men of our nation for war.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? War on many levels too, because you got to feed the men at the camp. You got to have the water for the men at the camp. That's the same for raising up a nation.
Right.
Go ahead, you had something more?
And also too, when we set the camp signs out there, now you know how to defend the border.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know how to defend because you making sure that the people on the other side, another nation or somebody that's outside of your group doesn't offend your border and doesn't come within the confines of your border right there. That's teaching defense. You see what I'm saying? You'll learn more on how to protect and defend the nation just by doing that, you know what I'm saying? Just by that little space, you know what I'm saying, that we have at a camp, you know what I'm saying? Now you knowing how to defend borders.
That's right.
When we don't know a damn thing about defending borders, you know what I'm saying? Outside of the ISUPK, nobody knows a damn thing about defending borders.
Right.
Like as a black man, when can you actually stand your ground? There's hardly any time you can actually stand your ground against. I'm talking about against a white person.
Right.
I ain't talking about you stand your ground against a nigga all day. You shoot and kill all the time niggas all day. It's no problem.
Right.
But when do you get a chance? When do you get a chance to stand your ground against a white person? And not only stand your ground, but win time and time and time and time again.
That's right.
Right.
You might get over on a white man once or twice, but eventually they'll figure out ways to outsmart you and get you arrested. They'll still go so far where they'll attack you and then still get you arrested.
Right.
Right.
So, we win against the white man time and time and time again with standing our ground, on many levels. And then don't even get started once we start talking to white people and we start battling against white people, our knowledge against theirs, our truth against their truth, our truth really against their lies.
Right.
Right.
That's a whole nother one where we defeat them time and time and time again.
Right.
So there ain't nothing that a black man can do in this world outside of the ISUPK where you're gonna be having victory against your enemies time and time and time again.
Right.
And when I say enemies, I ain't talking about other black people, because that's the first enemies that black people talk about. Oh, I beat niggas all the time. I get over on niggas all the time.
Right. Right.
How many times you getting over on a white man?
Right.
How many times you getting over on him? How many times you defeating him? You understand? And like I told my brother a couple years, when I was first learning the truth, I didn't even understand it all the way. I said the white man controls the black neighborhood by remote control.
Right.
And he asked me, well, how? I didn't even know how to explain it to him. But I knew that's how the white man controlled the black neighborhood. He controlled it by remote control. He didn't even gotta come in and beat your backs, even though he got police to do it.
Right.
He don't even gotta do that. Right now, he's using our own women against us.
Right.
Right.
The same way Satan did, he used Eve against Adam in the garden. He using the black woman against the black man.
Right.
And that's why this topic started off with Serena Williams, you know what I mean, get betrayed, and her black father gets no credit. You know what I mean, for all the great works that he did. You got something you want to bring up real quick? Let me get a scripture.
Did you want me to go to the tax master, sir?
Yeah, I was a tax master. Come.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Exodus 1 and 11. Start there, sir.
Go ahead.
Exodus 1 and 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens.
Yeah. Okay. Now what position are they putting? Certain choice black men and black women over black men. They're making them what?
To afflict the others with their burdens.
No, to afflict us.
Kind of.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, to afflict other black people. So.
Right, other black men specifically.
Kind of.
You see what I'm saying? Because because we're the strength. You gotta make the strength weak. That black woman go into one of these little places or whatever, they somewhat sometimes sympathize with her based on niggas ain't shit.
Right.
So they come and connect on that. You see what I'm saying?
Kind of.
But with us, they have no connection.
Right.
Because they want to be joined with the white man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why you have so many of them that's becoming police officers. Hell, they're in the military.
Right.
They're corrections officers, judges. Go ahead.
That's lucky. And what you're saying is a heavy point. That's why when you see a white devil, like say a white man gets a black woman, that's not shunned upon as heavy as a white woman with a black man.
Right.
Because they know that the white man carries the seed.
Right.
So the whole point of them is like you were saying, to breed their own.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that. You know why? Let me tell you why. All right. Now, when Moses married the heathen woman, right?
Okay.
Miriam said something. The Lord hit her with leprosy.
Right.
Right? Funny because Aaron said something and the Lord didn't do anything. Think about that for a second. Why did the Lord hit Miriam with leprosy but didn't do nothing to Aaron? Can you go just take a crack at it, warrior?
If I would, sir, for number one, it was the woman speaking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And women speak out of a jealous heart. You get what I'm saying? Like women, like prime example, it's a pecking order. She wasn't supposed to be saying nothing in the first place.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So all of these sisters, so now what does that say for today's time? All of these sisters talking about black men do this and black men do that. That means they out of order, ain't they?
Well, kind.
That's why the Lord didn't do anything to Aaron. You see what I'm saying? Aaron spoke too, right? Because the man is supposed to correct the man.
Kind.
The woman ain't supposed to go check no man on shit.
Kind.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That's why the Lord hit her with leprosy. You see what I'm saying?
Kind.
Now, with the whole interracial dating thing, right?
Right.
There wasn't a problem when black women were doing it. Black men took it on the chin.
Right.
Black men didn't say anything. Before ISUPK, no black men was even saying anything about black women being with white men. We didn't say shit. We buried our head in the sand. But then, once the, feminist movement came, and all of that, and the black woman she thought that she was actually gonna be able to breed out, join with white men and breed out and all of that, and it was just gonna be smooth sailing with her and the serpent, with her and the white man, right?
Right.
But then the tables flipped and turned. She threw her man out the goddamn house, and the white woman come through and swooped them all up. You know what I'm saying? And then it became a huge problem. Then they come with the term interracial dating. Now the reason why the women call themselves checking us today is because they believe that there are authority figures over us.
Right.
Because in order for you to check somebody, that means what?
That you over them.
Right. You the head, you the leader. You see what I'm saying? Just like in the ISUPK, you can't check a man that's ranked over you. Right? If you try and check a man that's over you, what are you saying?
That you over him.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So when black women talk about black men do it, and now notice this, right? The black men is talking about going to Brazil and the Dominican Republic and are not talking about getting with women outside of their goddamn race. They're talking about getting with black women.
Right.
So why is the hatred still the same?
Because women the black woman is just really just.
She can't stand.
You know what I'm saying? Wants to rule over the black man. It's like one of them scenarios, like with a sister in the world. So, you know, you break up with a chick and she expects you to be all sad and bitter about it.
Yeah.
At the second that she see you happy, it feels
right.
Because
you're a slave, you're supposed to be happy on her dime.
Right. Damn right.
Whose mind is that similar to?
That's the white man, sir.
Right. That's his mind.
That's the white man.
You know what I'm saying? Remember the said, thy desire shall be to thy husband? Man, you gotta think, who the hell's her husband though?
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? My mind is like in their heads, right?
Right.
So, but the point that I'm making is, that's why she does that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why she acts like that, because she believes that she is over us, when we're actually supposed to be over her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now go ahead with what you was gonna say.
So like, and I was just gonna say spiritually, that goes to show why the man is supposed to be in charge. Because like you said, the man, they want to go to Brazil, they want to go to the Dominican Republic, they still trying to get women within their own race.
Right.
But the black woman, she want to go to Paris, France, Africa.
Right. But she's equally as angry with that though.
Damn right,
as she was with, you know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing too, the white man's the one that made it legal for interracial marriages between black men and white women.
Yeah,
Why ain't she pissed off with him?
And if I could, black men just got a man to fuck up.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? You just got a man to hell up. Stop being, I mean, I know they had a great craze of men being some old like singing and begging crying on one knee as, you know, cats who, you know, love and all love, and they push that image to feminize black men and then make us a whole bunch of mama's boys and fucking baby boys.
Right.
I didn't think that movie was so damn popular because that's what they was pushing.
Right.
That's what was becoming the norm. A whole bunch of baby boy ass dudes.
Right.
Baby boy ass niggas, excuse my language. You know what I mean? Where we, you know, our mama's our girl, and then our girl, you know, we cuddled up, sucking our thumb next to our woman when we having a sad day, and all that type of bullshit, all that type of crap. They've been pushing that on us from the get go. They want a whole bunch of baby boy black
man, wife.
Right.
They want a whole bunch of black men who don't show no fangs, who don't, you know, glare, who don't do nothing masculine or intimidating or anything. They try to destroy that out of a black man.
Right.
And then it's hard because for certain black men, because especially if you got a slavery, because on a slavery, they try to make sure you don't show no fangs or nothing.
Right.
They try to make sure you are just, you know, the most docile human being ever fucking possible. Like you can't lift a finger or raise your voice, none of that on the slavery, or that's what they try to push. But you can't even, you know, a black man, even if you have a slavery like that, you have to still push your masculinity.
Right.
You have to push your masculinity, even if, you know, it's a quiet environment, everybody's all quiet all the time. You still have to push your masculinity. However you do it, you still have to push your masculinity all day, every damn day, and it has to scream off of you. You understand? Even if you don't say nothing, your masculinity should scream off of you and be loud, even with you being in complete silence.
Right.
You understand? Because that's important, because not only for you and your spirit, which is also why camp is so important, but also for the other young men that will see you. The other young men that will see you, you might not get a chance to break nothing down to them or drop the truth on them or anything like that. But you still have to influence the younger generation to be men too.
That's right.
To be masculine as well.
That's right.
You understand? Like a lot of nonverbal things are powerful too.
Right.
You understand? You even if you're in a slavery, you can't be vocal a lot about certain issues. You have to be nonverbal about it. You understand? You have to be a masculine man who's nonverbal. What they call it, strong silent type.
Right. Yeah. Strong silent type.
You can still be a strong silent type on the slavery. You know what I mean? Go ahead, boy.
So Lucky, what you're saying is such a heavy point, sir. Like, and you know, being UPK, we get that a lot. We could just be walking somewhere, and what's the first thing they say? Why y'all so mean? Like, who said we was mean? We didn't say nothing.
And if I could, what that is, that's a way to try to diminish us and make us be more soft.
Right.
But I can tell you right now, if a white man came through looking all serious and everything like that, what would they say about him?
He's strong.
No, they say he's so professional. He's so serious about his business, about his job.
Right.
He's they'll think, a black man walk through all serious and whatnot. They'll say, man, he must have an important job.
Right.
He must work for the FBI or something.
Right.
He must be up there and he's just so focused on his job. You understand? We ain't focused on the goddamn thing.
Right.
You understand? So that's what they try to say against us. They try to say that to us to do what? So we say,
Yeah,
try to
diminish and we look back and try and prove to them, no, we're really nice.
Yeah, I'm a really
nice.
nice. So like, if I would, sir, like when I get that, when people ask me stuff like that, and they be like, you look so intimidating, I tell them, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And then they be like, why do you look like that? And I tell them, when you look at a lion, do you see anything to play with? No? Then that's the same thing that you should see when you see me. When you see me, you should see a goddamn lion out the cage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me. I'm not here for your fun and games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to fucking roar and stretch out and do what lions do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, damn right.
Kill something if you play with me. Goddamn, it's a lot.
Right. That's respect. That demands respect. You know what I'm saying? And people, if we think getting love is more important than anything.
Right.
No, bullshit. Getting respect is more than anything. That's why the Apostle Paul said, wives, he said, husbands, love your wives, but wives, reverence your husband, which is another word means respect your husband. You know what I'm saying? Respect is more important. And we taught to spend our whole lives trying to get love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of demanding respect. That's where we get messed up. Any nigga that wanna sit there and just only wanna be loved all the goddamn time, that's homosexual too.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? By default, he don't even know he's being goddamn gay.
It's
He's
something
being
about
gay.
love.
You know what I'm saying? Right, he's being gay as hell. Who the hell, what type of man wants his enemy to love him?
Right.
Think about that, boy. What type of sense does that make?
right.
You want your enemy to love you. So, what do you got to do for your enemy to love you? Whatever your enemy wants you to do. Right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then let's go out to get white people to love you. What you got to do? You got to be gay.
Right.
You got to be a coon. You got to be, that's what they're going to demand. You know what I'm saying? They see that you want their love. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to, give it to you for a price. You know what I'm saying?
Give me Exodus 2 and 20. Exodus 2 and 20 is a precept. Exodus 2 and 25.
Exodus 2 and 25. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and the God had respect unto them.
And what?
Respect unto them.
The Most High have respect unto us for certain things that we was for things that we were doing. As far as calling on the Most High, even though we was going through hell.
Right.
You understand? Like respect is important and it's got to be earned, even from the Most High.
Yeah, right.
Like the Most High ain't going to look at you and show you some type of love and great and do things for you if he don't respect you.
That's right.
If he don't see you calling on to him, even though things look sad. What's the effeminate way that everybody look at it nowadays? If God is so loving, then why he let this happen to us?
Right.
Why he let that happen to us? Whose main argument is that? The homosexual Kemet community.
Right.
That's their argument. You talk about this God of the Hebrews. Why God let all this evil happen to us? Why God let all this trouble happen to us? Well, maybe because of trouble, he's supposed to make us stronger through the trouble.
Right.
You think of that?
Right, exactly. It's just like anything, you know what I'm saying? You get into any, it's hell in the white man's military.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with seeing, that you in the war, you got to deal with seeing people die.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot. I was going to say, who becomes stronger just by wanting to be stronger?
Right.
This trials and tribulations is what helps make warlords from when we take over this goddamn kingdom.
Right.
Because they looking at all of it. They looking at all the hardship and everything, and they saying, well, you know, they letting it defeat them, talking about and crying about it and bitching about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I look at it, I say, hey, it's a good thing to live like that. It means I'll just be stronger than everybody else.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way to look at it.
And then at the same time too, but Will, sir, when they said there a question, well, why did God let this happen? Why did God let that happen? Then why in the hell did Nefertiti and whatever they worship let the stuff happen then?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why did Amun Ra let the stuff happen? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why that? They ain't question that. They ain't question all the 365 gods of Egypt or why they couldn't come into a collective body and do a goddamn thing for them. You know what I'm saying? They're not questioning that. Obviously, they must know that our God is more powerful than the stuff that they worship because they holding the charge against our God. You know what I'm saying? So if our God's more powerful and they know it, then why the hell why they following the Unks then?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why they following Amun Ra? You know what I'm saying? They ain't quite questioning Amun Ra because they don't expect for Amun Ra to do shit.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they ain't questioning him. They know he can't do shit. So if you know he can't do shit, then why are you following that? Well, see, but I mean, it's common sense to follow the one that you figure got the power and can do something, right?
Right.
Give me James 2 and 3. Give me James 2 and 3 as well. We're gonna stay on this part of respect because this is part of the thing that they want to make sure to do for the black man is disrespect the black man.
Right.
And like I said, it started out with Serena Williams' father. They want to push him to the side and not give him any props, any respect on what he has done. But guess what? We're gonna give black men props in here for when they do amazing mighty things.
That's right.
We're gonna give love to our black men who do amazing great things. Because everybody want to find some type of problem or some black man who can't take care of his kids or is in jail or is so-called deadbeat. But when it's a black man who's doing an amazing, great job above and beyond any call of duty, no, it's crickets.
Right.
Right.
It's crickets. Nobody has nothing to say about that successful, great, amazing black man. Nobody has nothing to say. They just look at him and say, huh?
Damn right.
And overlook him.
Right.
And then focus on a black man who might be struggling or whatnot. Then it goes to tell you they're not really even sincere about none of that. Right. None of what they talking about. They are brainwashed.
Right.
That's what it is. You got these black women who black men and black women, black people in general. The white man got this whole damn planet brainwashed.
Right.
He got the whole game messed up about us black men. Go ahead. You have something else, Drop?
Yeah, also too, what they'll do is they'll prop up, you know what I'm saying, Harriet Tubman, you know what I'm saying, and characters like that, while they'll hide, Nat Turner or somebody, you know what I'm saying, and they'll sit there and tell us not to be, no, see, that's not the way. It's about love, not even discerning the fact that the image of Harriet Tubman, she had a damn shotgun.
With a scowl on her face.
Right. That was about love too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When they see us, man, if I had been a man in that place, we would say, no, see, you shouldn't be like that. That's not how you should be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was Harry Tubman instead of Harriet Tubman, they would have a huge problem with that.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, let me get that scripture from James.
Will we read it, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
James 2 and 3. And ye have respect to them that wear the gay clothing.
What does the scripture say?
And ye have respect to them that wear the gay clothing.
See, this society want to respect the man in the gay clothing. You can tell that's talking about today.
Right.
Who does everybody respect the most out of all black men?
The homosexuals.
Tyler Perry.
Right.
Tyler Perry gets the most. He go anywhere, he gets the most respect out of all black men everywhere.
Right. If I can make a point right quick, and all of these sisters run and talk about black men gay, and they got a whole goddamn Tyler Perry collection.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but hell, they hang with gay dudes they got themselves. That's who they go to the club with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they talk about black men gay, like as if they hate, you know. So the problem is not the gay black men, it's the masculine black men that they got a goddamn problem with.
Damn
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Don't never sit there and think that the black woman, when she say all that, she got a problem with gay black men. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? For one damn thing, she don't want to attack the LGBTQ, whatever the hell you call that. She don't want to go against that. Because if she do that, she's going against her master. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the white man, he don't sit there and allow his dog biting him. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Let's get we're gonna close about 15. About 15. We're gonna get to prayers. All right. Give me Genesis 1:28.
Genesis 1:28. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply.
The scriptures say, be fruitful and multiply. I wanted to bring this out just to give an opportunity to make sure I touch on this topic because of what's going on with abortions right now. It's a heavy push for abortions right now.
Right.
And there's plenty of scriptures against having abortions. This is one of the main first scriptures. The Lord told us to be fruitful and multiply.
Right.
Like that's what we're supposed to do. That's an order. It's a law. This is a law right here.
Right.
This is a law to be fruitful and multiply. This is an order. This is what the Most High is telling us what to do with life.
Right.
This is something the Lord tells us to do. And what does this society try to push out? They try to tell black women, oh, don't be fruitful and multiply. Don't abort your children because you have some great career.
Right.
I was recently watching a video of this so-called wise white man named Jordan Peterson or whatnot, who does lectures all around the country to white colleges. He goes to white colleges and have 300-person, 3,000 people lectures all over the country. And in his lecture, he was talking about women, and he was said something about women, something that they, something like that women, supposed to know their place a little bit. The guy who was doing the interview with him said, oh man, ain't you worried about saying that? The feminists, I bet they would have a lot to say against that. And he's like, because he was saying something about children. Women, having children and whatnot. He said, okay, for adults, this is not an issue. He said, what would you say to them, to the feminists? He said, I would tell them to grow the hell up. This is a white man.
Right.
On a white male TV, radio station. It's very famous. It's Joe Rogan, the dude who used to do Fear Factor.
Right.
He has his own little podcast show where they talk about stuff, and they talk about a lot of MMA fights and all this and that. But it's a predominantly white male show. So there's another white male on there saying, well, what would you say to feminists? I would tell them to grow the hell up. He was saying and then he went on to talk about how a woman, one of the most important things in life, if I ask a person, what's some of the most important things in life? Family would have to be a part of some of those things. Family. You have a mother and father, and you have the children. So for a woman to try to say, I need a career, or I'm trying to do something so it stops me from having a family, he was saying, oh, she needs to have some type of hell of a career, because there's not many careers out there that I would even put in the category to say this is more important than family.
Right.
So this is a white male basically kicking feminism out the goddamn window on a white male show, and he does lectures all around the country.
Right.
And guess who's in his lectures? White women.
Damn right.
White women is in his lectures when he's openly don't give a damn about no damn feminism.
Right.
Right.
When he openly telling women, have them goddamn children, and there ain't nothing really ain't no careers out here that's more important than family.
Right. If I will, just right quick.
Go ahead.
The white woman is not arguing with him on that either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't see that show been out for a while. It got 100,000 views. I ain't seen no big old uproar, he's wrong, we need to boycott them. Bitches,
Yeah, none of that.
white bitches out with their shirt off and t-shirt and signs, talking about we against him, he's against women power. You don't see none of that.
Right.
White women do not believe in feminism.
Right. Go ahead, Word.
That's lucky. Like Officer Jerome said it. Like that's what I was just about to say. Because the feminist movement is just for us. It's just for black people.
Right.
That's who that's all circled around. To keep the black man subdued.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wiping
That's
the family out.
That's why in the black neighborhoods you got abortion clinics, but in the white neighborhoods you got fertility clinics.
Right.
And then another thing that happened that was a heavy point. I can't see on the camera who it is. So watch it.
What's up, Warrior?
Matter of fact, you can turn on the porch light too. Officer, make sure you keep good. Still checking. So in another one, this is another thing I see. Make sure she don't pop out. She should be alright. If you could push that table in front of her cage. Make sure it's gonna pop out the front door. Another one I seen that was heavy on feminism and everything like that. I was watching. It was on PBS. It was two women who were the spokesmen for feminism. Two white women that were being spokesmen for feminism. Right? Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, word. And the two women, both of them were married and had family. Both of them were wife and kids.
Right.
But they sitting here, wrote a book. They're spokesmen and all spokeswomen for feminism across the whole country on national television. But both these white women are wives and have children.
Right. While the black feminist woman is single, run around with her hair cut with a Danny Glover afro, a little bitty, you know what I'm saying, and got it blonde, tubes tied,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and she's lesbian.
It's let you know, black man, that feminist movement is garbage to attack our nation. That's all it really is. The feminist movement is garbage to attack our nation. And if you ever run into a black woman who's a feminist, talk to her. Don't shy away from that topic. Stay on that topic. And this is what you do. You ask her this. Ask her, why? Ask her, okay, they say they're feminists, right? Or they, agree with, ask them, so are you at any of the feminist meetings? Are you, are you doing anything with the feminist movement?
Right.
Would they help you if you needed help? Are you a part of their community and their organization in any way?
Right.
Obviously, they're going to say no. They're not in any meetings. They're not in any else. You ask them, so do you know where their meetings are at? Do you know are they doing anything? Do you get to speak to them or anything? They're obviously going to most likely say, no, I don't do nothing with them. I don't see them, but I believe in the cause and whatever. Ask them this. So that feminist movement, how come they don't help black women?
Right.
How come they don't support black women businesses? How come they don't help black women that are getting when Sandra Bland was killed by the police? Where was the feminist movement?
Right.
When all these black children are getting killed by the cops, and you see these black mothers crying, how come the feminist movement aren't helping them and condoling them and helping them with court costs and funeral arrangements?
Right.
How come the feminist movement isn't helping them? And with you, if you needed help yourself with something feminist related, how come the feminist movement? Would the feminist movement come out and support you?
Right.
That black woman would sit there and say, they won't help me at all. I don't even know where to go to get some help from the feminist movement. But you're walking around here supporting a goddamn feminist movement, so-called speaking up for it, and so-called believing in its ideals. But if you needed a pot to piss in, the feminist movement wouldn't be nowhere to be found.
Right.
You don't even have a phone number to get a hold of somebody to help with your feminist complaints. If you was getting sexually harassed at your job, where's the feminist movement number hotline that you can call to get them to come out and boycott and do anything for all the feminist shit?
Right.
They sit there and have absolutely no help from the feminist movement whatsoever as a black woman. I haven't seen the feminist movement even help a black woman.
No.
I haven't seen them help a black woman on any level doing anything. I've seen plenty of black women stepping up and running around for the feminist movement. But I haven't seen the feminist movement step up and run around for black women.
Right.
Who are supposed to be a part of it.
Right.
So black women are being used as pawns in a large scheme. They're being used as pawns. You understand? They're being used as send-outs. So don't give that feminist movement any respect.
That's
You
right.
understand? You come to the UPK, you learn how to battle any feminist movement talk, any feminist movement garbage, and you make sure you crush that feminist movement.
That's right.
You understand? You crush that feminist movement and showcase all the inadequacies that's in it, that it can't help. What does the scripture say?
Right.
Give me Lamentations 4 and 18.
Come.
Give me Lamentations 4 and 18. This is what the scriptures say about what Israel does all the damn time.
Lamentations 4 and 18.
Go ahead.
They hunt our steps.
They what?
They hunt our steps.
Go ahead.
They cannot go in Salaki. That we cannot go into our streets.
Go ahead.
Our end is near.
Go ahead.
Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come.
Go ahead. Read more.
Verse 19.
Oh, hold up. Let me get you the right scripture. Let me get you to the right spot. 4 and 17.
Come.
4 and 17.
Lamentations 4 and 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Our eyes have failed for our vain help. What do you do with your eyes? You look up to stuff.
Right.
You look to stuff for direction, for sight. The feminist movement, black women are black women and black men too. You got so many black men that support the feminist movement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a black, you a black man, that's like you supporting something that destroys black men.
Right.
And you sitting there talking about you say you don't have no problem with the feminist movement. You should have every problem with the feminist movement.
Right.
Go ahead, give me more of that scripture first.
Come. Verse 17. As for our eyes as yet failed for.
And what we look to has failed us.
Right.
Go ahead.
For our vain help. And in our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us.
We watch for a nation with our eyes, a thing that cannot save us. The feminist movement was supposed to be saving black women at least.
Right.
At least supposed to be saving black women.
Right.
Last time I checked, I see black women homeless right now.
Right. And feminists.
And they feminists at the same time, but you homeless.
Right.
You look up to something that cannot save us.
Yeah, right.
Go. I ain't even seen the feminist movement even pay for black women to go to college.
Right.
They so big on going to college and getting a college degree, the feminist movement don't even have a college program for black women.
Right.
Go ahead, Ward.
Salaki, I just want to say, if for a man to support the feminist movement, he's basically supporting homosexuality.
Right.
That's what he's supporting.
And there's another thing too, though. Brothers be abasing themselves to get vagina.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously, though. The male feminists, you know what I'm saying, believing that queen bee, all of that bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just so consumed with lust and trying to get some vagina, you know what I'm saying? They become feminists just because of that. And they those same niggas right there, right?
Right.
But the biggest, when they holler at a woman, their biggest part of the game is to do what? Can anybody tell me what their biggest part of the game is when they holler at a woman? What do they use to holler at a woman? Go ahead, Ward.
Money.
No, it's not money. Tricks ain't always feminist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They use cutting up black men. That's what they use.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They the niggas is always in some goddamn married woman's inbox. You know what I'm saying? They the niggas is, my queen, my goddess. Those niggas right there, those will be the ones that try to screw your woman all the goddamn time. And that's why they're feminists, because they following pussy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They feminists, they so consumed with lust, you know what I'm saying? That's what that goes on in the Christian church too, because you always got the niggas in the Christian church that's always trying to screw something all the goddamn time, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's a feminist, but just because he trying to get laid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas is acting like vaginas to get vaginas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of black feminists come from. A lot of them ain't straight up just gay, you know what I'm saying? But they so consumed with lust and want another nigga's goddamn woman that they become feminists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not because they believe in the goddamn woman's cause, any of that bullshit. They don't believe in none of that. They just want to get laid.
Damn right. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 6 and 8.
Come.
Ecclesiasticus 6
In
and 8.
the Bible or the Apocrypha, sir?
It's both the same.
Okay.
Ecclesiasticus
4 and 8.
6 and 8.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 8.
Go ahead.
For what have the wise more than the fool?
Ecclesiasticus. That's Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus.
Apocrypha. 4 and what, sir?
6 and 8.
6 and 8. Come.
6 and 8. So you got, you know what I mean? If you're a black man and you're a feminist, you basically against your own masculinity. You basically against your own family.
Right.
You basically against your own people, your own ability to be a man. Because if I could, what's the feminist view on masculinity, on manhood?
Right.
Now I'm gonna tell you, it's two different things. You got the white feminist view on manhood and masculinity and fatherhood. Then you got black feminist views on it. They're two totally different things. On the same, and this is not coming from me. This is coming from the PBS special on feminism. They had two white women who were the spokesmen of feminism, the feminist movement, the Me Too movement,
Right.
which is the movement on all them hoes in Hollywood who reporting all the hoeing that they did to get a check.
Right.
Because it's the cool thing to do now. So they report, he slept with me and he tried to sleep with me one time. I went to his hotel and he tried to sleep with me. Now you want to be a part of the Me Too movement and get a check because everybody else is turning in all the dudes they slept with in Hollywood to get ahead. So these are some white women that was a part of the head of the Me Too movement. What was the topic of discussion though? The topic of discussion, they were talking about feminism, but it turned into about how important fatherhood is. Both the white women started talking about, because they start getting into them specifically in their individual lives and what helped them get ahead in life and keep moving forward, even though they had problems and things. And what did they end up going into? Their fathers.
Right.
And how their father was strong and kept them safe and sheltered and kept them strong-minded to be a part of this movement and to, speak up for themselves and to be proud women and all of that. Who was the one? Their fathers. So you got white women bigging up their father on national TV about the feminist movement, and then you got black women in the damn gutter talking about how, destroying their father and their black man in the name of the same movement.
Direct opposite.
Doing the direct opposite of where the leaders, the white women are doing in the movement, you're doing the exact opposite. But you're so-called part of the movement with them. You're not part of the movement with them.
Right.
You're part of the agenda with them. They have an agenda for black people. You're part of that. The movement is for white women. The movement helps white women, and the agenda destroys black people. Destroys us. And the evidence, obviously, y'all getting taught two totally different things.
Right.
Or maybe black women who are feminists have no idea what feminist movement is even really fucking about.
Right.
A lot of them don't even know what the fuck it's really about, to be honest, too.
Right.
Because you'll talk to some black women and they'll say something about feminists, it's Women's Day. They don't know shit about feminist movements.
Right.
They don't know who's in charge of it. They don't know the fucking goal of it. They don't know none of that.
Right.
But they just know, they seen on BET, Black Girls Rock. And I'm going to touch on that too, because that was heavy. That BET did a show, they do an award show, I think, every year.
Right. There's one coming up, sir.
It's coming up.
Damn right.
I figured it was coming up because it wasn't around for a while. It's called Black Girls Rock. And what they do is they give a whole bunch of awards to women who accomplish some things in life.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
If I could, Queen Latifah hosting it, sir.
And look, they be having that other DJ female, they got an MC Light. You got a rough voice. They have a spokesman of it. Oh yeah, it's a black girl, because you got that kind of mannish, sultry voice. They throw her on there too. And she's one of the mainstays too. And so they bring a whole bunch of black women, Tracy Ellis Ross, who's really a white woman. They thought she's always big, handing out the awards with her big-eyed ass. You know what I'm saying? So they got all them running around doing some orgy, feminist, fucking, what's that, hormone that women had, estrogen movement. They got some big estrogen fest going on. Black girls rock. And that's where they're getting their feminist ideas from.
Right.
Because what they're doing on that, none of the black women on the Black Girls Rock show going to talk about their black father.
Right.
And how great of an influence they were.
Right.
But when you watch the show with white women, when they have an opportunity to talk about their success, they referencing their white father.
Right.
Right.
So like,
What's going on there? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, not only are they referencing their white fathers, but like you said, they referencing how masculine they were too.
They giving they white fathers props.
Right.
On being masculine, on being rough on them and hard on them and pushing them and doing all types of things that they say a black man is evil for doing.
Right.
So what's really going on with all of this stuff that's being pushed in America? It's a bunch of hypocrisy.
Damn right.
You understand? It's a bunch of hypocrisy. Go ahead, give me that scripture, Ecclesiastes 6 and 8.
Go ahead,
It's Ecclesiastes 6 and 8. For some man is a friend of his own occasion.
What? Read that again.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Some people, they so-called friends for their own occasion. The only reason the white woman even let a black woman even near them, white women can't stand black women.
Right.
I don't know what this so-called feminist, where they're together, they have this famous picture where it's a black woman got her fist up with a white woman got her fist up and they together.
Right.
White women can't stand black women.
That's right.
So how are you a feminist movement with white women when they can't stand your they can't stand your hair, they can't stand your cocoa butter smell, none of that.
Right.
They can't. White women cannot stand black women. So how are you a feminist with that? This is why. Because some are a friend for their own occasion.
Damn right.
The white woman gonna withstand your presence even though she hates you, because she know you gonna run around and with like a chicken with your head goddamn cut off for her to do her bidding.
Right.
You gonna run around scheduling meetings, setting up rallies, getting people to sign up.
Right.
You know, you run around like a goddamn Energizer bunny for the goddamn feminist movement when the white woman don't give a damn about doing all that running around.
Right.
But she know you will do it, so she allows you some semblance to be a part of with her. But you notice they're never together too.
Right.
When it's something like a feminist thing, they'll have a black woman, they'll have her standing by herself.
Right.
And out there yelling and the power of feminism. You know what I mean? They'll have you out there by yourself doing that. But white women are all together, making sure they're all safe and together. They know where everybody's at. But they got you out there on your own, you know, running wild for their movement.
Right.
They're using black women. They're using our women. Black man, you gotta wisen the hell up.
Damn right.
Well, sir. Another thing that, you know, a lot of the black women know that they're being used. They're not ignorant of that point, but they believe that if they join with that white woman, that gets her a step closer to what she really wants in life.
White man.
Right. So she's willing to, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, hell, you look at them sisters back in the 70s and all that was with black power to the people that joined the feminist movement, and if they became famous, what did they end up with?
White man.
Right. And they supposed to be riding up standing for black people. Angela Davis and what was the one?
Yeah, we do that poetry.
Right.
The old one.
Right. I can't think of what their name.
The one who said the bird in a tree or in a cage, cage birds and sing or something like that.
Okay.
You know
I
what?
know you talking about. I can't think of her name either, sir.
Black women will argue you up and down that they did something for black people while they was going home and blowing white men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, how stupid can you be?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, the black women support them because deep down inside, that's what they want, and they living vicariously through these women.
Right.
You know, so they want white men too. They just figured that he's just a little bit out of their reach. You know what I'm saying? So they're living vicariously, just like, you know, people look up to famous like Michael Jordan and them, right? Because we know that the NBA contract is out of our reach. So we're living vicariously through Michael Jordan. That's why he sells so many shoes.
And you know that's the truth, because look what happened with Serena and Venus Williams. They all want to live like that. They want to go live in Europe and be on the Perrier with the France and on the you know, the Don with the drinking and the wine in the window with the French in Europe somewhere with a white man walking in, you know, doing some Dolce and Gabbana bull crap.
Right.
You understand? Like, yeah, eating snails. They love Serena and Venus Williams' wedding. They love when that so-called white woman, Meghan Markle, who got a black mama, got married to that Harry devil in Prince Harry.
Right.
They love that wedding too.
Right.
So that, like I said, that's what they really want. They really want to go off to Europe and live, you know, in some type of loft with some white man.
Right.
You understand? Who's, you know, some fake old James Bond character looking dude.
Right.
That's what they want.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Go ahead.
So, Lucky, when you were speaking on the weddings and stuff, it made me think of what you said earlier about Michael Jackson and his kids. No white people ever question them goddamn kids. Like, they like, well, they're white, yeah, them is Michael kids. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody ever fucking questioned the kids, Lucky. You know what I'm saying? Because they all about white supremacy, white people.
And when you brainwash, you're gonna try to go and get with a white person.
Right.
One way or the other. You're gonna try to go, you know, marry a white person when you brainwash. You know what I'm saying? When you brainwash and destroy, you don't have a semblance of pride for your race and your nationality. You know what I mean? You're gonna go try to get with a white person. You can try to go get with a white woman or anything like that.
Thinking you're gonna breed out.
Right.
You know, I done heard a silly dude say, you know, my neighbor was there, my son, he could be black or white. That's a goddamn lie. My son can't be black or white. You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, I want to see you say that when he's in jail. You know what I'm saying? When he grow up and he's in jail, you know, choose his race then. Say, call him a white man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do that. And now you're gonna see what the hell he actually is. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna produce somebody of both races. No, you can only produce one race. That's it. He just look different. You know.
Damn right. And so, if brothers have any questions, we're gonna get ready to end the class out. Even brothers online, if you got any questions online, this would be a good time to ask your questions. Any questions as far as either on the topic or off the topic. You understand? We're gonna get ready to close out the class. And like I said, you know what I mean, the main topic of the class was Serena Williams, you know what I mean, getting betrayed by her, you know, white tennis community. And at the end of the day, they still haven't given their black fathers of them girls, I don't even think they're twins, of Serena and Venus Williams, they have not given their black father any credit for any of the work that he's done. They haven't got any credit, they haven't given him any credit. I hardly see him even in the pictures anymore. Even in the pictures, in anything, I guess they trying to make it now like Serena and Venus Williams did all this on their own.
Right.
That's what they're trying to push. They're trying to push that they did this all on their own, and then they're gonna bring in those white men and they're gonna be having all these pictures where Serena and Venus Williams with these white guys, and they're gonna try to make it seem like, you know, damn, they're like these white guys raising.
Right.
That's what they push. You know what I mean? But their hatred, you know, their hatred knows no bounds, so they might not even be able to follow through with that before they try to just all out try to destroy them. You know what I mean? To destroy the Venus and Serena Williams, which they are gonna do.
And them destroying them will be more profitable than if they did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that crushes that little princess dream of little black girls. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't destroy them, right? And then they just keep popping them, then she looks at this as the life that she wants to live with no repercussions and everything, but then them girls, they get punished for that, then they'll see that also. You're like, damn, you know?
And it's funny because I was looking at a sports magazine last week, and they had all the tennis players in the lineup, and on like 2 pages. all of them lined up with a picture of each other. They had a decent picture of the Serena and Venus Williams, and all the white women, they had good pictures, strong pictures, where they looking intense, where they looking nice, or they smiling, and all, great pictures. But there's another black girl that plays tennis now too. I forgot her name.
She
I don't think this was. She don't look half Chinese.
You got one that's half Israelite. She got a Moabite mother.
This one don't look no type of Chinese. Does that one look Chinese? Oh, this one I'm talking about didn't look no type of Chinese. That's another black girl that playing tennis now, coming up in the ranks. And they had all the pictures. When they had this black girl picture, guess what her picture looked like? She looked like a damn idiot. They had her looking like, they had her like neck like flexed and her teeth all over her eyes like she's in the middle of a swing. Like, they just had a horrible, ugly, just terrible picture of her. And they had all the white people, all the white women looking intense, looking nice. And it looked like they great tennis players and they're all, in the game. And then they had her picture where she was, I didn't need to bring that in here as like a prop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to show, I'm gonna get it. It's at my slave. I'm gonna bring that in here just to show, you know what I mean, how they think of black girls that playing tennis.
Right.
They used to do that to Serena and Venus women too. They used to always put bad pictures of them.
Right.
Or real like aggressive looking, unfeminine pictures of them in the magazines.
Make them look like
animals, make them look all mean and aggressive. We actually, when I was in school, we did a study on it. They did a study on it when I was in school, and they was pulling up Serena's picture, and that she was looking all like, this was after she busted the racket, because she like lost or got real stressed, and she busted the racket on the floor. So they highlighted that picture and put it all over the place. And they was talking about it in school about how they using this image. What does this image mean? In school, college, what does this mean? What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What are they trying to portray? Oh, look, her intensity, her passion, blah, blah, blah. When really they trying to put pictures to make her look bad too.
Right.
You understand? So what's happening now? They started with just attacking black men. Now they attacking black women too.
Right.
Who's getting beat up all the time in the nail salon? Black women.
Damn right.
What just happened recently? It was a picture of a white dude. A video on Facebook of a black woman who was pregnant in the store, and some white dude was running up on her, saying, "Yo, what?" You know what I mean? Like about
to beat her up.
About to beat her ass. And a black dude had to jump in. A stranger black dude jumped in.
Right.
He said he watched the Commander Young radio show too, which gave him the right
That's
spirit.
right.
So it's a video, one of the viral videos on Facebook. So he jumps in, he's like, "Man, get up out her face, get up out her face." The white dude's about to get on him. What? He pulled out a strap. He had a strap on him. So he said, "Man, back up. You know what I'm saying?" And the white devil had to back up a little bit. He put up the strap. The white devil punched him in the stomach. And I think he punched him back. But it was all recorded. So then when he punched him back, the white dude, he started doing all that. But he was on camera, so he looked stupid as hell. And so, when it go down, it's on footage. There's a female behind the scene recording.
Right.
So, it went down in the right way. But he had to protect that sister, So, like the scriptures say, the cornerstone that the builders rejected have become the chief cornerstone.
That's
You
right.
understand? That same thing that everybody said, "Oh, we don't need, don't worry about it, throw it to the side," is the thing that we need now. And that's black men. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's black men. And now all these black women who's getting beat up by China men, getting beat up by white men too, you know what I mean? They looking around, "Oh, where's the black man at? Where's the brother at? His brother help me." You understand?
Right.
It's another thing happened also over in England too. It was a situation, it was a video of being on a bus. It was on some type of bus transit center.
Right.
And it was packed. It was like one of the Chicago subway things, but in England. And there was a black woman going off against another black woman. It was all white people on the bus. She was only sister. She going off, cussing, blah, 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 against about something. It didn't say it couldn't tell what the issue was. But it started looking like it was about to get physical. And so a white woman grabbed her hair wig off. So she turned around and started beating up the white woman. It was a white dude who was about to jump in. A nigga came out of nowhere. Boom! Stole his ass. They both start beating up the white woman and the white man. Beat them both up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's what time it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been a whole lot of bullshit going on. You know what I mean? And but the time is now where the black man, we gonna rise up. And the black woman ain't gonna have no goddamn choice but to bow down and get behind the black man.
That's
You
right.
understand? Because when the rubber meets the road, the black woman ain't built for all that type of stuff.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? She can't do it by herself, or she damn sure ain't built to do nothing, fight nothing by herself. You know what I mean? That black man is gonna be that key figure that turns the tide in this warfare. You understand? In this place, you know what I mean? And so with that, I'm gonna pass the class to preaching officer to Isaiah. We'll read these announcements, and then we're gonna do the prayers. You know what I mean? We're gonna do the prayer strong today. Yeah, right. Right.
Shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months.
If you could, officer, step backwards to the front, stand in front of the door so you can be on the camera. Yeah.
Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months,
Yeah, so like I could, when a sister first coming to school or a brother first coming to school, a single sister, you know what I mean? There's no like mingling, trying to get to know each other, dating, stuff like that, taking the sister home when she first get here. She's 6 months where she not doing anything with, no brothers in the school if she's single. Obviously she got a man and she already got what she's supposed to do. But if she's single, she do her 6 months, she do her time, and so she can get a husband the right way through the proper channels of the school, where they do a courting process for another 6 months, to where she get to know the brother, and then they can get permission to marry, which is have intercourse or any type of sexual interactions. They'll get permission from the heads to do that. Because that's for life. It's not something that we don't do that in here where we pass females around like they do in the Christian church.
Right,
you know what I mean? Where she was with this brother in the church, and she got a baby from some other dude who's not in the church. And she with this guy who's in the church. Now all that baby don't happen around here. You understand? We make sure everything's right and in order. All right, so follow this 6 month rule. If you're a sister or brother, you want to get married, talk to your camp leader, and then they'll get you a proper, mate or whatnot. Go ahead.
right. After 6 months, if her brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, a brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashera. 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory. Whatever so amount you may like. Upcoming holy complications.
Feast of dedication is this Monday.
Right.
We're going to have the feast of dedication here at the school from 7 to 9 p.m. this Monday in Indianapolis, 1031 North Dearborn Street. Come to the school, get some food, get some wine. And we're gonna have the feast of dedication. So just make sure you stay in contact with your camp leader so you can be here Monday for that feast, or be watching online.
Damn right. Also, a reminder to any Akim or Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallways. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, scarf, headband, boots, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf.
And with that said, I imagine we'll corn hockey down. We rise and face the east. Let's start with the Lord's Prayer.
Abinah, Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Balabaka, Daba'ah, Barzaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Tawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Latanana, Lakam, Call. Yawan. Basalak Kabawaki Wala Tabayad Banasai one. Abal. Abashai Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Malakwa. Watapara. Lawalayim. Aman. English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread. Give us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Babakashah. Atandanah. Haka. Larba'ah. Wakal Madawak. Latahar. How much is Orion? Lahaku. Hamakim. Akak. Al-Rakawah. Hataba'ala. Garsham. Ba'ashim Yahushua. The water Aman. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against the unclean spirit. Cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Barakatah Yahweh. Wayahushua. Wamaka'ala. Walahayim. Majazaba'ah. Alawakim. Hasarayim. Hakatazayim. Hakayayim. Wakwakim. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. The water Aman. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushua. And Michael. And the angels. The manager of Yahweh. Generals. Captains. Officers. Troopers. And assistants. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Yabarakah. Yahweh. Washbarka. Yar. Yahweh. Penyawah. Ayaka. Wayakanka. Yasha'ah. Yahweh. Penyawah. Ayaka. Wayasham. Laka. Shalom. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Barak. Rapah. Hagan.
The Thurman family. The Sutton family. The Hill family. And all the children of Israel. Done.
The Puckett family.
The
Hall family. The Tar family. And all the children of Israel. Done.
The Johnson family. The Hughes family. The Finney family. The Gatewood family. The Miller family. And now destroyed of Israel. Done.
Raglan family.
The Raglan family.
Barlow family. Yates family. And all the lost children of Israel. Done.
Ba'ashim Yahushua. The water Aman. Yahweh. Bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh. Make his face shine upon thee. And be gracious unto thee. Yahweh. Lift up his countenance upon thee. And give thee peace. Yahweh. Give your shot. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. The names of the lovers we just named. Blessed you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh.
Yeah, how?
The name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
And evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
And death.
And death.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
To speak against us.
To speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
Teachers.
The teachers.
Princes. Priests. Israelite brothers in the school.
Israelite brothers in the school.
And evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
And death to the heathen.
And death to the heathen.
Shake loose the pockets.
Shake loose the pockets.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
What's their riches?
What's their riches?
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Enter into thy sanctuary.
Evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
And death to the Edomites.
And death to the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
Their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
Court system.
Their court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Land parenthood.
Land parenthood.
All the governments who are enemies.
All the governments who are enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman
Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitatus. Gay movement. Lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. Cable access channel. And the radio channel. Convict the spirit. Of any of thy people. And seek to stop us. Bring swift death. To all the heathens. That stand in the way. Try to stop us. Broadcasting your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the terrors. Cause them to go. To and fro. Through the earth. And destroy. Cause the terrorists. Come against America. And destroy them. Their strongholds. Let America shake. At the hands of the terrorists. Let Yahweh shine. Michael, and Gabriel, come down with the flying saucers, and kill all the heathen, that come up against us, as we speak thy word, cause it be known, by all, that is the angels that have done it, cause it be spread, through the media, throughout the whole world, cause it to shake at thy come, in the name of Yahweh. Thank you always. So be it. Sorry. Amada Shabbat. Oh, you want to go?
Oh, we good. We go ahead, Carl.
Amada Shabbat. Amada Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. Yazmatah. Courtesy salute to the sisters. Amada Shabbat. Amada Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. Yazmatah. Dismiss.
That's right. For classes always
What you want to tell, bro?